If I can, everybody to rise for the presentation of the colors.
Ready, face. Reset. March.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Arms. Ready, face. Forward. March. Ready, face. Ready, set. Ready, face. Forward. March.
Why do I always get selected to follow something like that? It's just not fair. Congratulations and thank you. My name is Dr. Alan Murdoch. I am the Chief Economic Mobility and Workforce Outcomes Officer here at Forsyth Technical Community College. I have the honor of doing a welcome today. And I prepared a speech. It's short, so I won't keep you too long here. But welcome to our second Fire Academy graduation. Well, I'm supposed to do that. So welcome, everyone. Congratulations to our cadets. I think we have a total of 10 that are graduating from Group 2. As many of you know, Forsyth Tech has been training firefighters for years, since before I came here in 2011. I'm sorry, sit down, folks. Come on. I'm the only one that's supposed to be uncomfortable right now. You guys should be just fine. All right, there you go. So as I was saying, we've been training firefighters for years, with help of our community. But about 2 short years ago, Dean Walsh, here somewhere, said he wanted to start a fire academy. I said, well, okay, go ahead and do it. And then I blinked, and the Fire Academy 1 started. So congratulations to Dr. Walsh for that, or Dean Walsh for that. I will tell you that it took an effort, a great deal of effort, to bring these classes to you from our internal partners, but also from our external partners who decided to take the back row. You guys should be up front next time. But without their help, I'm not sure we could have pulled this off. So thank you again to our local fire organizations that, I said, we would have been hard pressed to pull this together without your support. So finally, I'd like to say thank you to the friends and families of these cadets. Now, these cadets are probably putting in close to 1,000 hours. Someone that's a little closer to the program will tell me it's a little bit more, a little bit less, but that's a long time. Was it 4 or 5 days a week for 6 months? You can't do that without help, from your friends and family, whether that's financial help, childcare help, a ride, a kick in the rear end that, stick to it, get through it. And so thank you for the family and friends. This is your day as well. And we appreciate everything you're doing to make sure that these folks are successful. When I spoke to this class earlier this morning, I think they were from mostly Winston-Salem and Stokes County. So, we're training our own, and that's awesome. And they're going into a field that is in sore need of more people. Now, I've got my 15 seconds of fame or whatever that is out of the way. I did turn my phone off though, so all the way there. With that, unfortunately, Dr. Janet Spriggs, the president of Forsyth Technical Community College, could not join us today. She is heartbroken because she loves to hear the bagpipes for this graduation. This is the only graduation we have with bagpipes, so that's very cool. But she's going to send her a message to you guys through a video, I believe. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and hear from Dr. Spriggs.
Hello and welcome to our Fire Academy graduation. My name is Janet Spriggs and I am privileged to serve as the president of Forsyth Tech. Today it is my honor to be able to celebrate these graduates, and I wish I could be there in person to congratulate you all. Since I can't celebrate with you today, I had to do the next best thing and send you my congratulations from afar, because this is a significant achievement and a momentous occasion that deserves to be celebrated. You have put in a tremendous amount of hard work, dedication, and perseverance to reach this point, and you should be proud of all that you've accomplished. As a firefighter, you have chosen a career that requires bravery, selflessness, and a willingness to put the safety of others before your own. You will now embark on a career path that is both challenging and rewarding. As you begin your journey, remember to always prioritize safety, professionalism, and teamwork. Always be ready to continue to enhance your skills through continuous lifelong learning, and know that we will stand behind you and support you every step of the way. As a firefighter, you will serve as a beacon of hope for your community, and your actions will have a profound impact on the lives of those you serve. You are now a part of a noble profession that demands excellence and integrity, and I have no doubt that you will rise to the occasion and make a positive difference in the world. Once again, congratulations on your completion of the Fire Academy, and I wish you all the best as you embark on this exciting new chapter in your life.
Good morning. Class 2, good morning. It's a great day, isn't it? A lot of work was put forth, close to 6 months of work. Did it go by quick? I don't know, it didn't seem like that sometimes. Family, did it go by quick? Well, we're here today to honor Class 2, the graduating class from our Fire Academy. My name is Conrad Walsh, and I am pleased and privileged to serve as the Dean of Public Safety Technologies for Forsyth Tech. And I say privileged because we have so many noble professions under public safety, and I am so proud to be able to be part of that and create future leaders and future defenders of everything that you can think. And inside that, the Fire Academy is something that's near and dear to my heart. We service all public safety, but as somebody that retired from the fire service, you know, there's just a little piece of me every time that I see each one that comes into a new academy class. I can see myself sitting in that class. Been a long time ago, but I can see myself sitting there, and to watch them persevere is phenomenal. What gets me up in the morning, what gets me to work every single day is seeing our students come into Forsyth Tech, not knowing that they're going to be able to make it. I think we actually talked, a couple of folks talked to different folks. Commissioner Causey, I think maybe you spoke to a couple of different folks that when they started in the academy, they weren't really sure that they were going to make it through. Did everybody here, did y'all feel the first day you walked in, you felt like you were going to rock it out? I see some yeses and some nos, but you did. And that we are here today to honor you for that. So a little bit later, our Fire Academy coordinator, Scott Galden, he's roaming around here somewhere. You've seen Scott. He is our Academy coordinator. So he'll discuss their journey in a little bit more detail a little bit later. He's got some pretty neat stats and things, and then of course a video that I think the family would really like to see as they've made it through that program. I do want to note that we had 10 that graduated from Fire Academy 2. There is only 8 with us here today. And part of that is the 2 that could not make it is they couldn't get off shift. I don't know if everybody knows, but there's a shortage of firefighters and EMTs in North Carolina, a severe shortage. So unfortunately, not every time something that you personally want to do can happen. And this is a huge momentous day for our graduates. So know, just like others in the public safety field, sometimes your personal piece, you don't get it. Birthdays, holidays, I can't remember how many Christmases that I've worked, you know, didn't get to see kids, didn't get to see family. Of course, a lot of them showed up at the fire station and brought food and gifts. But still, those days are there to protect the citizens of North Carolina, and that is the most critical thing. I would like to take a little bit of time and recognize the many individuals and agencies that got us to this line. To our Fire Academy coordinator and our other coordinators, to our instructors, and I see some here. Please throw your hand up, your instructors. Yeah, there's several in the room from our EMT, technical rescue, and fire side, and to our local agencies. And I think Dr. Murdoch said that, you know, we could not do this without our agencies. We had fire departments from Winston-Salem, Forsyth County Emergency Services. I see the chief back there. King Fire Department. You know, there was a lot that went into getting these cadets through the end of over 1,000 hours of training. I also want to thank the leadership of Forsyth Tech Community College. You know, without our leadership, this wouldn't be possible. I think Dr. Murdoch said when they brought me on board, I think they're still trying to figure out why. But when they brought me on board, I have not had one time where I have not come to the leadership and said, you know, we have a need in the community, we have a need in the state. They listen, they pivot, and they help us get there. So thank you for that, and thank you. Our foundation, I don't think Bill Green is here, so a lot of things came together to get through the academy, and this academy is a little different at Forsyth Tech. And what I mean by different is we do everything we can to make it completely free. So you can come and get your North Carolina firefighter certification, your EMT, your technical rescue. If you've got the time, and sometimes that's a struggle because it's a full-time academy, we take care of the turnout gear, the books, and all the pieces. Basically, we're trying to remove a barrier because we want and we need firefighters in North Carolina. So when we looked at starting our program, we tried to figure out how can we do that the best way we can to serve the citizens of North Carolina. And that was one of the things that we did. And especially to our cadets and family, I know I kind of joked a minute ago, it was like, oh, it went by quick. No, it didn't. So thank you to the family. I know there was probably countless hours, more than I probably know, that you spent, shepherding, helping, reading, going through things, probably a lot of stressful nights, coming home, also helping them persevere, because there was probably times some of them came home and wasn't sure they really wanted to go back. But they did, and they persevered for that. I also want to recognize in the audience that we have cadets from Class 3 here. So we have an academy. We just finished an academy. We have one that's already started. So Class 3, if you'll stand up just for a brief second. So that class is in session, and then we have another class that starts this fall that we already have 14 signed up for that. And we're going to do something a little special this fall because our fall academy starts on 9/11. That is the date that our academy starts. And so look forward to some information on that. We plan to actually do something very special for all public safety that day when that academy starts. So now I have the honor and the privilege to introduce our keynote speaker. Our keynote speaker is local, is native to Guilford County, and that's very special that we're able to have somebody that is a champion, that fights for the fire service, that fights for lots of things, but definitely for here today, there are so many pieces that we can talk about, initiatives, grants, the list goes on and on of how many things that our keynote speaker has fought tirelessly to get done in the state of North Carolina to provide us with the best fire service that we can possibly have. And that's what we want in North Carolina. We want a fire service that is, second to none. And our keynote speaker has done a lot of work to get that piece there. So prior to coming into his position, he had over 25 years of industry experience. So you have somebody that's coming into a position that knows the lay of the land, that can speak the language. That's one thing I'm having trouble with in my new role in the community college. I can speak the fire language, but speaking the educational language, I'm still working on it, so please forgive me sometimes. A neat thing that I found out about our keynote speaker that kind of ties back into public safety is that he also served the United States Army in military police. So there is a long history and a heart for public safety. And a lot of those fire service projects that I've talked about, our keynote speaker spends a lot of time on the road. We spoke this morning, and I think he's already bounced around. I hate to think how many miles has been underneath his feet in probably the last week, let alone the last part of the year. But those are all there basically to make the fire service stronger, to make us better, and to give us the tools and the resources that we need. Because sometimes it's hard to get those tools and resources unless you have a champion that's out there fighting for us and fighting to get those things out. And for that, we're eternally grateful to our keynote speaker for everything that he's done for the fire service and continues to do. So with that, it is my honor to introduce North Carolina Insurance Commissioner and State Fire Marshal, Mike Causey.
Thank you, Dean Walsh. I certainly appreciate your service to the Winston-Salem Fire Department and the state of North Carolina and all that you're continuing to do to help promote the fire service in North Carolina. It's an honor and privilege for me to serve as your state insurance commissioner and state fire marshal. And a lot of people around the country don't realize that because North Carolina's one of 10 or 11 states that actually elects an insurance commissioner, just like the governor, every 4 years. And other states like Virginia, I was up there yesterday with the commissioner, and they're appointed, generally appointed by the governor In the case of Virginia, they have a board. But I tell people, they say, well, I didn't realize the insurance commissioner had anything to do with the fire service. I said, well, when you're elected insurance commissioner in North Carolina, you're also elected state fire marshal. And we have a great group of folks with the Office of State Fire Marshal, and we're out there every day trying to help fire departments and better their ISO class ratings and help the communities. I want to thank Forsyth Tech for this program. It's a very needed program in North Carolina. I want to thank all of the family and friends that are here today and your support. And like Dean Walsh says, it may seem like it was a short time today, but going through it didn't seem so short. That's how I felt about basic training in the Army and military police school. Thought I never would get through there, but once you get through it, you say, well, that wasn't too bad. But I certainly want to thank the parents and the grandparents and the families for their support and encouragement, because I've talked to some of them, and I know that a lot of you all felt going through this, I don't know if I can keep this up or not, but you did it, and congratulations, you made it through. And like Dean Walsh mentioned, there is a shortage in the fire service and EMT, and our volunteer fire departments all across North Carolina are struggling to recruit volunteers and to keep or retain those volunteers. And it's not just North Carolina, it's all over the United States. So programs like this are a big help. We've got a lot of programs in the Office of State Fire Marshal where we go out to the schools. We try to get the young children interested in the fire service, because that's where it starts. I don't think you can wait till they're 15 or 16 and start talking about the fire service. You got to get them interested at a young age, whether it's fire, EMT, or law enforcement. And there are so many opportunities. I was at a volunteer fire department in Belmont, and they don't have any problem with all the colleges they have in the area of getting the volunteers coming into their department. So they're one of the few volunteer fire departments that has a constant flow of volunteers. But as soon as they get trained, most of them get offered pretty well-paying jobs across the river in Charlotte. And the chief said, I don't mind a bit, because it gives them the income. We're a training ground for the professional firefighters. So, and I can't tell you how many retired firefighters we have working for us today for the state of North Carolina in the Office of State Fire Marshal that spent their career in, whether it's Winston-Salem or Concord Fire Department has provided several. So there's a tremendous amount of opportunity for you, but a lot of you are already involved with volunteer fire departments, and I certainly encourage your involvement and continued involvement in that. But there's a lot of opportunities. You'll have job offers in different places, but there's a lot of opportunities at all levels, at the state level particularly. You look at all the job postings that they have. So, I just applaud your commitment to the fire service and to your community, and thank you for your willingness to do this. Dean Walsh, I know you've had some day-to-day experiences with these folks. You know them well, but I've never seen a finer group of graduates, and then the cadets coming along. I guess that'll be our next class. But they gave me about 3 or 4 pages. No, it was about 6 or 7 pages of notes, and I said, no, I'm not going to use all this, so I'm going to make my remarks brief. But the main point I want to make is the first and foremost, you need to take care of yourself. Because as you already know, you're going into this line of work is very stressful, it takes a toll on you mentally and physically. So if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be much help to anybody else. So that would be my number one recommendation. Make sure, you eat healthy, get the right amount of sleep, do all those things that you're supposed to do, and, stay away from the drugs and alcohol, and because you are very needed. And I know we talk about the opioid crisis. Our first responders see that every day. I talked to a fire department in Randolph County, and this volunteer fire department had gone to the same house, and in a 6-month period, they'd gone to the same house 14 times to save a guy's life that was apparently trying to kill himself from overdosing in drugs. So that type of thing, takes a toll on you, and you're on these accident scenes, and you have to pull the dead bodies out and so forth. All those things take a toll. So we do have a lot of mental health issues that we work with in the fire service that we address. So, if you take care of yourself, then you're better able to help others. But Dean, it's just an honor for me to be with you today, and I thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be here with these fine graduates and cadets and the parents and family. And we'll stay with you for a little while. I've got to go to Columbus County later this afternoon. But thank you so much for having me. And I'll be around if anybody has any questions for the Office of State Fire Marshal before I leave. Thank you so much.
Got to get my eyes on so I can see here. First of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Spriggs, Dr. Murdoch, Dean Walsh, Amanda Sadler, and all the staff of the Public Safety Technology Department for their all-in support. And when I say all-in, I mean all-in support of the academies being held through Forsyth Technical Community College. I'd also like to thank Mr. Mike Causey, our Insurance Commissioner, for accepting the request to be our keynote speaker today. For those of you who do not know me, my name's Scott Galden, currently the Fire Academy Coordinator with Forsyth Technical Community College. This endeavor has allowed me, when Dean Walsh had asked me to take over as a coordinator, to continuation in my career in a field where I spent 30 years, retiring from the city of Winston-Salem at the rank of battalion chief. I have been tasked today to give you all that's here in support of our graduates, of our cadets, an outline and a synopsis of what they went through over the last 27 to 28 weeks. There's an application process. Once completed, you're invited to a physical ability test. Once you come to the physical ability test, the evaluators have the determination of whether these individuals have the physical capabilities to perform the necessary tasks to be successful in this program. Once accepted, uniforms are ordered and students are notified the date to report to embark on their fire service journey. The academy lasts approximately 27 to 28 weeks, which begins with the North Carolina State Firefighter classes, then into North Carolina Technical Rescue classes, and ends with an accelerated emergency medical technician class. The Fire and Technical Rescue class total approximately 720 hours. EMT, 240 hours. And the cadets also participate, as Mr. Causey had mentioned, staying in shape, working out. They have PT every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so that's 60 plus hours that they participate, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons. The cadets are in the class either classroom or practical sessions, including their PT sessions, approximately 1,000 to 1,100 hours of training. As a successful cadet, you would graduate with the following certifications: North Carolina Certified Firefighter, North Carolina Rapid Intervention Crew certification, North Carolina Certified Technical Rescuer in General and Vehicle, North Carolina Emergency Medical Technician, an overview of the National Incident Management Systems, and the Incident Command System. Now to Fire Academy number 2. Congratulations on your success. As Paul Butler states, he's a big leadership guy. A lot of people are scared of opportunity. They see an opportunity, but then they see the work that it takes that comes with that opportunity. So it takes work, and work has created an opportunity for you all. You've accepted that challenge. You've made it through the 27 to 28 weeks, all the PT sessions, all the practical sessions. And one thing I'd like to say is the EMT Accelerated Program, a shout out to the EMT instructors. They had 100% pass rate in that class. I know we have any of you all that was an instructor in that class, stand up, just so they could see. We had them, and I told them to get ready because this is the second class. Class 3 is behind them sitting here. We've got 14 already for Class 4 to start September the 11th, and we're going to continue on. I wish you the best of luck in your fire service career. Now let's prepare for our badge presentation. Mr. Causey and Dr. Murdoch, if you could come up. Austin Brand. Reho Daniel. Dion Fowler. Elijah Jackson. John Nunez. There you go. Christopher Salmons. Brock Smith. Brian Solano.
Trying to get around here. We've got a little couple things going on. So we have one more badge presentation to do. So it's very, very special that Commissioner Causey could be here. So as a token of the Forsyth Tech Fire Academy, they all came together and decided that we wanted to present Commissioner Causey with a commemorative badge for the Forsyth Tech Fire Academy. Would you please accept? Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Okay, Class 2, you can be seated. If you could watch the screen, Class 2's video will be played. It's about 6 to 7 minute video. Just see what all they do. Again, Class 2, congratulations. Good luck on your journey as you embark on your fire service career. Thank you all for coming out today. Thank you for the support of these cadets. It takes more than them, and I know I heard some comments, but noises when you saw them running in turnout gear or running in their PPE or the ropes and coming off a 5-story building. You know, not only do they have to trust the equipment, they have to trust their classmates. The classmates is the ones that has the other end of that rope that they're holding, that they're the safety lines. The turnout gear in PT, that's what we do. You know, 90% of the time, we're running medical calls, or that 14 times that they went to that opioid overdose. So that time that we have to put on all that equipment, we don't want it to be a shock to our body. That's 50, 70, 80 pounds that we put on as firefighters. So getting used to it, getting used to wearing it, you know, it's free weights. Free weights. Put it on your body, wear it around. They get mad at you, so be it. They make fun of you, they're going to make fun of you. But as Mr. Causey said, the commissioner said, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, and Class 3 can tell you, because I teach their safety and health, and then I also teach the RIC and the Mayday and stuff. Take care of yourself, take care of your team, and then you'll be able to take care of others. Thank you so much. We have refreshments back here if you'd like to stay and enjoy, talk to one another, show your support. Thank you for coming out, and this is the end of our program.